Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. You know what to do. Help support the show. Get yourself a Game Changer t-shirt. 2 t-shirts, 2 ways to get them. The links are below. Become a Game Changer today. Become a Fadernaut. There's 4 ways to do that. The links are below. And go and hang out with our chat room and all of the other Fadernauts. All right, you can do that right now. Click on the links below. Tonight on Fade to Black, we have Dr. Heather Lynn is back with us. We're going to be talking about her new book on xenoarchaeology. That's right, the search for civilizations out there in the universe. So that is tonight. Tomorrow night, Brigitte Barclay is with us. We're going to be talking about her 1993 Brentwood, California abduction. That is tomorrow night. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 2001, the death spiral of Napster begins. After a string of adverse legal decisions, Napster Inc. began complying with a federal court order to block the transfer of copyrighted material over its peer-to-peer network. Napster shut down completely 3 months later. Man, at 1.60 million users. Wow. Here's your fader fact. Sweden is the country with the most islands. I didn't know that. 267,570 islands in Sweden. Stockholm, the country's capital, is spread across 14 of them. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. That's a good fader fact right there. Get to the Sweden knowledge on today. Let's get to the breaking news. A Microsoft engineer today warned of shortcomings in the company's artificial intelligence systems that could lead to the creation of harmful images in a letter sent to the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. Shane Jones, a Microsoft principal software engineering lead, claimed that the company's AI text-to-image generator, it's called Copilot Designer, has systemic issues that cause it to frequently produce potentially offensive or inappropriate images, including sexualized images of women. Jones also criticized the company for marketing the tools as safe, including for children, despite what he says are known risks. Wow. More AI news. Oh, yeah. OpenAI has just fired back at Elon Musk, who sued the Chat GPT company last week for chasing profit and diverging from its original nonprofit mission. Last night, OpenAI published several of Musk's emails from the early days of the company that appear to show Musk acknowledging OpenAI needed to make a ton of money to fund the incredible computing resources needed to power its AI ambitions. In the emails, parts of which have been redacted, Musk argues that the company stood virtually no chance of building a successful generative AI platform by raising cash alone, and the company needed to find alternative sources of revenue to survive. Man, times have changed, haven't they? In a November 22nd, 2015 email to CEO Sam Altman, Musk, an OpenAI co-founder, said the company needed to raise much more than $100 million to avoid sounding hopeless. And that's a quote. Musk suggested a $1 billion funding commitment and promised that he would cover whatever did not get raised. Wow. I'm going to leave that right there. Manufacturers will no longer use harmful forever chemicals in food packaging products in the United States, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. In a statement released February 28th, the agency declared that grease-proofing materials that contain and polyfluoroalkyl substances, otherwise known as PFAS, will not be used in new food packaging sold in the United States. These include PFAS used in fast food wrappers, microwave popcorn bags, takeout boxes, and pet food bags. The FDA's announcement marks the completion of a voluntary phase out of the materials by U.S. food packaging manufacturers, and that is great news. A dating method based on cosmic rays has identified stone tools found in western Ukraine as the oldest known evidence of human occupation in Europe 1.4 million years ago, hundreds of thousands of years earlier than previously known. Researchers announced today that the stone tools, the most primitive kind known, were initially unearthed in the 1970s near the town of Korlevo in the Carpathian foothills along the Tisa River, close to Hungary and Romania. The researchers concluded that the maker of the tools likely was Homo erectus, an early human species that arose roughly 2 million years ago, spread across Africa, Asia, and Europe before disappearing 110,000 years ago on the island of Java. No, you didn't know that. A fire that destroyed a building housing suppliers for the vaping industry caused multiple explosions that killed one person and injured a firefighter as the blast rocked suburban Detroit, Michigan. The debris fell Monday night as far as a mile away. As the fire and explosions raged, authorities urged people in the area to stay inside after the explosions began about 8:50 p.m. Monday night. The building housed two vaping companies that had more than 100,000 vape pens stored on site and a truckload of butane canisters that had arrived within the last week at the building, and more than half of that stock was still on site when the fire began. What could go wrong? Right? A truckload of butane. Yellowstone National Park. Here's my good news of the day. Yellowstone National Park has received a $40 million gift to expand and improve NPS employee housing at Yellowstone, America's first national park, from donors who wish to remain anonymous. That will fund more than 70 new modular units to address the critical shortage of employee housing at the park. Affordable housing for employees in and near national parks is increasingly scarce and expensive, reflecting a trend impacting communities across the country, forcing park employees to commute long distances between work and home and making it difficult for NPS to recruit and retain employees. There you go. Anonymous donors, $40 million Yellowstone. Awesome story. The asteroid Apophis will brush past Earth in early 2029. We all know about this, but allegedly, it's most likely not something to worry about, according to a new study. Scientists have calculated that it will not collide with other space rocks that could alter its orbit and redirect it towards Earth. Yeah. Apophis is peanut shaped and it's huge. It has a diameter of over 1,210 feet. Think about that. 12 football fields. On April 13th, 2029, it is scheduled to approach Earth, coming within 20,000 miles of our planet's surface. The event will mark the closest Earth flyby of an asteroid of this size that we have been warned about in advance. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Ben Goertzel. Write that name down. Ben Goertzel, computer scientist, and he's the CEO of Singularity Net. And he just said that we could create an artificial intelligence AI agent that is just as smart as humans in as soon as by 2027. It's 2024, people. He made the statement during the closing remarks at the beneficial AGI Summit 2024 on March 1st in Panama City, Panama. Ben is the father of AGI. After spreading the term artificial general intelligence, otherwise known as AGI, all the way back in the early 2000s. The best AI systems in development today are considered narrow AI because they may be more capable than humans in one area based on training data, but can't outperform humans more generally. These narrow AI systems, which range from machine learning algorithms to large language models, LLMs like ChatGPT, and as they struggle to reason like humans and understand context. However, Ben says that AI research is entering a period of exponential growth, and the evidence suggests that AGI, where AI becomes us in areas independent of the original training data, is now within reach. That's right. Ben says singularity in 2027. If that 2027 AGI is designed to have access and rewrite its own code, it could then very quickly evolve into an artificial super intelligence, ASI, which is an AI that the cognitive and computing power of all human civilization combined. Seriously, think about that. I've been talking about it. I've kind of warned everybody. We can't get too far ahead of our skis. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. Breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I want to remind everybody tonight on the show, Dr. Heather Lynn is with us. We're going to be talking about xenoarchaeology, the search for civilizations in our universe. All of that and much more tonight with Dr. Heather Lynn. But for now, all I've got is Go Back Lee Tappy.